What is going on, my peoples, and my plant peoples? So, I got a good video for you today. So, updates, right? I know y'all like updates. So, I don't know. I guess with me, I'm doing like a checklist of people that I'm seeing like kind of like for the first time, and yeah. So my internship has been going really well. I've been getting a lot of clients. I think I have at 13 at most right now. So I typically see them when I get off of work. I see them on my Fridays, which of course I'm off, and then my Saturdays, which I'm off, and then Sunday is Jamon Day, right? But yeah, I've been doing really good. First off, how are y'all doing, right? I just started blabbing off. How y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? But you know, yeah, I guess I'm just really excited to tell y'all. But I have had just in this week, I had my first couple, which was really great. Very interesting, I will say. I had my first black queer, which was really good. They definitely said they felt comfortable, so I felt good about myself for creating that space for them. And I have, and just today, I talked to my first cisgender black male, which was a gift in itself. I mean, we just kind of hit it off. It was pretty much kind of like having a black friend as a therapist. That's kind of how that was right there. So that was pretty dope and special to me. Yeah, I really loved it. I really loved every minute of it. But yeah, I guess enough about my internship stuff. I got a video for you. So I like watching Charmaine on Planned Parenthood. If you have not watched or subscribed to her, you are doing yourself a disservice. She is both funny and a really good plant mom. So if you never got a chance to really check her out, I would say check her out. I watch her videos a lot between her and my usual people, you know, Bree, Lex, Mike, Jasmine, and now I'm watching Koa, so shout out to Koa. They keep me busy throughout my week. I usually watch their videos as I am doing my own plant stuff or whatnot, stuff that I do off camera that I don't always jump in front of the camera and show y'all, because I don't do everything in front of the camera. I always gotta typically kind of plan stuff out, unless I do like a plant week or something. But she get asked questions a lot, which I would love to get in that place, but she's like very Instagram famous, so it's a little bit different. I don't have a plant Instagram page or whatnot, so you would not have known me from there. My page is just a kind of regular page or whatnot, me traveling and doing stuff like that. But on her page, she typically has people ask her questions. So as I'm listening to it, I'm thinking, okay, I got an idea of something that I can do, right? So, and I would love anybody to comment down below. I think that this could be very interactive or whatnot, and I would love this idea. I'm trying to keep it short, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, here we go. So the thing is, right, so this is it. I'm gonna set it up scenario wise, right? So if you had to start over with only the plants you've ever had, whether they are alive or dead, what are 5 plants that you would start over with? Okay. As well as throwing on a nice little kicker, 2 honorable mentions, right? So you start over your plant journey. You get 5 plants to start off with, and then 2 honorable mentions. My bad, I got a text message, somebody trying to use me as a reference, but yeah, so I'm gonna show you mine. Definitely show me yours. Also, like I said, Bree, Mike, Jasmine, Koa, Charmaine, like if they see these videos or if you make YouTube, let me know. And then if, I'm sure I'll come through and I'll, oh, okay, you got the good ones for the 5, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So my first 5 are in no really particular order, really. It's just what I'm gonna grab first, you know what I mean? And then my 2 honorable mentions, no order. Again, it's just, these are gonna be the first 5 that I start off with, and then my 2 honorable mentions. So let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. So the first plant that I would, if I had to start over, and I had 5 plants in my collection, right? That's the kicker to it as well. It's the Thai Constellation, right? I know she's not looking the best that she can, but she's working on herself, and I'm working with her. This is my Thai Constellation, and I could have chose my Albo, my Monstera Peru, my like regular form Monstera, but when I think of starting over, I think of starting off with something that's like exotic or easy, or something that's gonna be like really rewarding because of the knowledge that I have now, right? And I think the Monstera Thai Constellation is one of those plants. I don't think I ever look at this plant and get tired of it. First of all, one thing about the Thai Constellation is the variegation is permanent. You don't have to worry about if the plant isn't in enough sun or enough light or humidity or whatever. You know, sometimes variegated plants like the pink princess, like, you know, this is how the plant is. It's genetically made this way. So it's going to give me those leaves over and over and over again, no matter if I give it a lot of light or a little light. So also, this plant is very easy as far as taking care of. I think I water it maybe once a week. I fully drench it. It is in some chunky mix or whatnot. I see a lot of fir bark in here, some perlite, and black charcoal, and I think that's pretty much it in here. Probably some orchid bark in here, and it seems to like it. It seems to love it, and I love just seeing this plant. I think it's a very easygoing plant. If I'm gonna start over with 5, I want something that's gonna be really easy for me, and something that's gonna be rewarding. I started kind of like exotic plants, or more than just like the typical. We'll say that more than the typical plants 3 years ago, right? So if we take 3 years ago and say I would have had this plant right here, right? I would have bought it or whatnot, which Thai Constellations were very, very expensive. But if I had the knowledge that I have now, that would have been an okay investment to make, because I know I would be doing good with it, right? So could you imagine this plant 3 years from now, right? So that's how I looked at it, right? The Albo, like I said, I could have picked that on the Peru, the regular form Monstera, and any other kind of Monstera, but I think that the Thai Constellation would just give me more life, right? So that's why I picked the Thai Constellation. So let me get to my next one. Pendants or whatnot, but it gives me like the Florida vibe or whatnot. I have the Florida Ghost or whatnot, but I'm from Florida, so of course I'm gonna pick a plant from Florida, if that makes sense. So anything like Florida Beauty, Florida Ghost, Florida Green, I was gonna get it, right? I just love these leaves right here. Like, that is absolutely gorgeous. I think that this plant is pretty easy. I don't know what's giving this plant right here a hard time, but I think in the long run, if I only had the 5 plants and the 2 honorables, I would be able to give this a lot more attention, and I would be able to watch it a lot more and probably clean off the leaves a lot more, and so I'll be able to give it a lot more love than maybe I can right now. But it's not too bad. I like how it looks. It definitely gives me life every time I look at it, and just the fact that it says Florida in the name, I absolutely love that, right? So you could throw anything, well, as far as like these pendants, Florida, I just love how it looks. I love how I feel about it. So yeah, I would definitely add in the Florida, anything Florida. Definitely a Florida Ghost for sure. I probably would have gotten, but yeah, I start off with a regular green form. So I'm gonna grab the next one. So the next plants I had to do it with either one would work for me. So here I have the Alocasia, Cyrtosperma, Johnstonii, and this here is from the Solomon Islands. It's like If you look at it on the map, it's to the right hand of Australia. So it's like a little island there. And if you've never seen this, definitely look this plant up. It's worth me grabbing and growing. And I think in a more mature form, I mean, it gives very exotic, right? So I can't wait for this to grow more. There is another leaf protruding out of the soil, so I'm pretty excited about this one right here. Because if this one is the first leaf that it gave me and it's this big, then hopefully it gets bigger and bigger than that. The one that I have in my left hand here on your right side is the Cuprea. I think ever since I've seen the Cuprea, I have been amazed. Every time I see it, it looks like an alien, and then it got like the red back on it, and I'm just super excited about it. It has a new leaf protruding out of there. And if I were to start off with Alocasias and I would have got either one of these, I would absolutely love that. Especially after 3 years, I would have like so many more Cupreas because bulbs grow out of it, of course, and then I will be able to repot it, get more bulbs, and then I would just have like a big bunch of Cupreas, and that looks really good. You know, I can just imagine just having 4 or 5 different Cupreas into one container. That has to look amazing, you know what I mean? And I would actually love to make that happen for myself. But of course, one day it'll happen. I'm in no rush. I like where I am right now. But the Alocasia Cuprea and the Alocasia Cyrtosperma Johnstonii. Go to my next plant. So the next plant I got on my list is the Philodendron Billietiae. I think the Philodendron Billietiae is probably one of my top 5 philodendrons. Especially if I had the variegated one. I just think that one looks out of this world. And those prices are starting to come down, so maybe one day I may make that investment because I feel like this plant is very easy to grow. Just like those Alocasias are pretty easy to grow. And if I'm gonna start over with 5, I'm not gonna start off with probably like a headache, you know what I mean? And this one grows really, really easy. As you see, there is a new leaf protruding right there. It looks a little bit longer than the last leaf, so I'm excited about that. Especially if I could have gotten this, 3 years ago, thinking if I was starting over and only 5 plants, and I would put this plant on a pole, probably chopped it back a few times, and I would have really, really big leaves. If you have never, definitely look up mature Billietiae leaves. They really look nice. And I'm into like Egyptian goddesses and stuff like that, like Isis and like Anubis and stuff like that. And this is what this gives me. When I look at that, that looks like Anubis's face, right? Anubis's represents like a wolf-like face. And that's what this gives me. And the bigger leaves are even much longer, right? And they kind of call that like a mass-like type of plant. And then this, these leaves grow a lot longer too. So y'all know I'm into like long leaves or whatnot. So that would be just right up my alley. So the Billietiae. So for my anthuriums, I'm going with my Wavy Boy. And I just really love how this is growing. I love the velvet touch to it, and then those veins right there have kind of like a holographic white to it, like those white veins. I absolutely love this Wavy Boy. Cool thing about this one, and I call it my Star Boy. So this was the first leaf that came out for me, and it has like a star-like form. The second leaf here also has a star-like form. And then this one right here, which is kind of crumpled up. I think I like underwatered it or whatnot, but it still has like a little star-like leaf in there. So this is my Star Boy. Definitely easy to grow. I have it in regular potting mix. I just have it in a container where sometimes I keep water in there because the new leaf is growing. So I figure it needs more water so that the leaf can come out a little bit better than this. It's still developing, so I'm not too much worried about it. But at its best, very easy going plant. I like how it looks. It's different from I guess just maybe like the Philodendron and stuff like that. It's a hybrid plant. I can't remember exactly what the hybrid is from, but I know that Magnificum is in there. But I like how this plant looks for me, and I would definitely enjoy this if I started this 3 years ago. I'm not the best at Anthuriums, and I'm still trying to go. So it's so funny, I messaged Cole under her video and asked her for some type of help. And yeah, I'll have to like run through and show y'all all my Anthuriums, probably on another video. But yeah, Alocasia, Anthurium Wavy Boy. So now I'm into my 2 honorable mentions. And I'm not gonna pick this one up because I have this one kind of settled back here, so I'm gonna just move to the side. So my next one, let me see if I can move y'all a little bit closer right there. So my next one that I would do is my Philodendron Gloriosum. I love the Philodendron Gloriosum for a multitude of reasons. I mean, I love the velvet to it. I love that it crawls. I think that's just so unique that this plant just crawls through forests and things like that. And I can remember being down in Colombia. We went to a park, which I cannot remember the name of it, but I have a video which I'll place there, and there were like a field of Philodendron Gloriosums, and the leaves got so freaking big. Like, this is already bigger than my hand, but it gets bigger than that. And I have it right now in a Home Depot pot. I think they're like less than 10 bucks. So just like any type of soil mix or whatnot, I put some soil mix down there, and I fertilize it pretty often. But I have lost 2 leaves since since I first got it or whatnot, and it's still growing really beautiful. As you can kind of see, this is the new leaf right here. They got a little cosmetic damage, but I feel like Philodendron Gloriosum just kind of do that. I don't know, but there is like 2 leaves missing, so I really just kind of want to propagate that, leave it where it is, but let it grow, and then just let it you know, 2-way kind of have leaves just kind of going through that. I feel like that would be pretty gorgeous, and I think that that'd be really great for me. So for sure, honorable mention will be my Philodendron Gloriosum. My next plant that I will have as an honorable mention. So this is kind of another split like I did the Alocasias. So I'm not going to pick one of them up, but one of them is the the Fiddle Leaf Fig. I love my Fiddle Leaf Fig. Would I buy another one? No. But this one right here is pretty special. I've had this one since I lived in Miami. So it's been with me for quite some time. It's a really good placement plant. It's definitely not one that you just move around, because Fiddle Leaf Figs don't really like to be moved around, from what I learned. But I like it. It grows very well for me. I still got like a lot of leaves. It looked like it's about maybe like 4 plants in there or whatnot, so it's looking really good to me. My other mention would be my Ponytail Palm, and this Ponytail Palm is nicknamed Shanae from Martin or whatnot. You would have to just see that show to understand like how her hair typically was or whatnot. And I know I have in my video that I would never ever again buy a palm, and I stand on that. This palm, I don't know what is so different about it, because I've had this palm for quite some time too, and I think I had this one back in Miami too, and it grows very well. It doesn't seem to need as much light as those other like fantail type of palms or whatnot, because this one right here, I mean, I have it in my soil. I repotted it in this pot right here, which I believe it likes, because I see like roots and stuff like that growing really good out of it. I water it maybe once a month. I'm gonna move the hair if you kind of see, it's like one of those bulb-like plants or whatnot. So when you have bulb-like plants like this right here, typically water is stored in here from what I learned. So if you are watering it like once a week, and when I water thoroughly. So if you water this once a week, that's too much water for it, right? And that's what I learned about this palm here. The other palms, kick rocks. Obviously, you see I shot at the middle finger or whatnot. But this one right here, I'm gonna stand by it. And I like my Ponytail Palm. So, yeah. But that is it for me. So I can't wait to see what you guys are starting off with, your favorite 5, or not favorite 5, what you would start over with your 5, and then your 2 honorable mentions. I'm pretty ecstatic about what you guys are gonna post. I know there's gonna be some funny stuff down there. There's always some funny stuff down in the comments, but that's it. You know what I mean? That's it. Hopefully you're taking care of yourself, taking care of each other, and yeah. So I'm out. Love, peace, and plants.